Hey, we are parenting. It's Elio. This film's on me. Rivka, Dean, and Elio raising children in Israel. So a few things we want to let people know who are a bit new to the game that there was no manual. Like coming to Israel and raising children, there was no manual. There ought to be a manual. We're starting a manual. Okay, what's going to be on the manual? It says pick up Shlomo. First of all, with little kids, if you get them late from Gan, you get a penalty. Okay, maybe that's a universal thing. It certainly happens in our experience in Israel. Let's get straight to teenagers, okay? This manual, maybe it's called How to Parent, an Anglo's Guide to Parenting in Israel. There, that's the name of the manual, okay? It'll be a Google Doc that people can be commenters on, and they can add sections. If you want to become an editor on it, then you can, email me. And I'll make you, I'll vet you and I'll make you an editor. Okay. There's something people need to know. They need to know what is a kabasit, okay? A kabas or a kabasit. It's a government position. You'll find it in the moetza. Moetza is the municipality building, okay? So we're in Gush Etzion and there's some kabasiot here. There's a kabasit who's in charge of the western Gush Etzion and a kabasit who's in charge of the eastern Gush Etzion. And what their job is their job, as far as I understand, is they've got to find out what children are dropping out of school and get them, wait. Here's the funny part. And get them placed in an appropriate framework. As I'm not going to say anything about cultures, Israeli culture, I'm not going to, depending on who you encounter as your kabasit, they could maybe be helpful. I've not experienced them as being helpful. I've experienced the absurd and the ridiculous. Kind of like the time when people came to fix the blinds in my house and they didn't fix them and they tried to get me to sign that they were fixed so he could be on his way. It's that ridiculous. Because what happened at that time was the guy's boss, the technician's boss, called me and says, "Why are you still there? You've been there for an hour." And he's like, doesn't know what he's doing on these blinds. And he goes, "Well, the guy won't sign the form." And it's just like they actually do have these conversations. It really is like we live in Chelm. Chelm or Chelm, I don't know. In Kevin. So that's the thing, is like we are in Israel. That is a miracle of God's, deliverance. The point is, we need a guide that has a list of all girls' high schools and descriptions of those schools written in English. And this has to be a communally contributed to document, okay? All boys' schools and people who've sent their kids there and could tell you their experience with those schools. Because as Anglos, but still as Anglos, we need guidance. Now the kabasit that we've encountered, one of them, rather than helping find an appropriate placement, simply often just says, why have you waited so long to find your child an appropriate placement? When we asked what is your job description, she said basically to find children appropriate placements. Hello, and it's not an individual thing. This is not this particular kabasit. This is kind of like as an Anglo, where we live. There's all these different ways of understanding, communicating. And what we need also is to bring God into this, because as Olim, I'm going to wrap up this message with this, as Olim, we have challenges. That's why there are things like Crossroads and different organizations like that, Just One Simcha. That's why it's here, because we have challenges. We need to pool our resources.